Hello! Welcome back to Relics of Hyrule, the series. Oh boy, what an experience that was. So, need to disenchant some things, and we need to strategize where we're going next. We gotta pick up my tent. Back up. We leveled up a lot. We're almost level 16. Oh, I still have perks that I can increase. Do I have Summoner yet? No. Not high enough for Summoner. Smithing, we're level 30. Let's get that. Got to level 25 in heavy armor, so we have a well-fitted perk. We're up to critical. Yeah, we're gotten good with that. See if there's anything else I can do. Restoration has one more level before we go. Yeah, before we can get Patron God and other things. I don't know if I want Patron God though. What does it do? One patron at a time. Magnifying the blood. I don't think that's useful. Patron. Dual casting. That would be useful. One-handed. It's interesting that she's like light armor and both one-handed and two-handed. Very unique set of skills. Okay, let's go to Dragon's Reach. I think that's the closest. Yeah, let's go to Dragon's Reach. Disenchant a bunch of stuff. And then see if we can re-enchant some stuff. Okay, disenchanted, did some enchanting. The Lilian Broadsword, or Longsword, will now absorb health. I enchanted this cape that we've had for a while, so it's gonna deal, help me with archery. I leveled up again, picked some perks. So she's going into enchanting. She got attuned to shore, so metallic stuff and things like that she'll be able to enchant better. She's also really good at light armor now. She's 50 at light armor. Archery is 30, so we got steady hand, so she'll be able to zoom in. We're on our way. In terms of, that's not the map. Let's see. We haven't gone north. There's stuff in Dawnstar. There's stuff in Winterhold. There's stuff in this area. There is something in Fulgunther. What's this? Oh, it's just, that's from the TARDIS mod. We haven't gone east. At some point we need to return to Riften because there's a dungeon here that has something that we need. So we have to return there. We'll return to Angorvund and we'll go back to Faldar's Tooth. That'll be an interesting episode, going back to Faldar's Tooth. So I think what I'm gonna do... I could go south to Falkreath. We could just explore Falkreath. Oh wait, no, we should do that later. Okay, let's go north. Let's go into the cold parts of Skyrim. Let's go north and sort of loop around to Windhelm. We'll hit Dawnstar, Winterhold, and Windhelm. And Morthal. So yeah, let's go around that way. We've been to Solitude, so we should go to Morthal. That's what we'll do. And we'll see what we can find. Oh, 51. We're getting to 16. We're so close to 17. We're getting through 16, rather. So we're almost to 17. We're leveling up really quickly now. Also, we now have the Ocarina of Time. That's the main thing that we got from Kinolangdanzel. I keep like, it's such a long, arduous thing to get the Ocarina of Time. We have 3 songs already. So we might as well make use of them. What do we have? We have the Song of Healing, which is useful. Sonata of Awakening, useful. Let's do this. Let's play the Zelda's Lullaby. So the way that I've structured the Ocarina of Time now... Oh, I didn't even notice that one, that ability gate. The Ocarina of Time, as of 6.4, it'll give you that notification that the instrument is time-worn and needs to recharge. So I won't be able to use any other songs until this song wears off. And we'll eventually find more songs, of course. Anchor that as my main one. And once it recharges, once the Zelda's Lullaby is finished, once the Zelda's Lullaby is finished, then we can recharge the ocarina. And to do that, I have to open my inventory and go to the ocarina itself. In here. Which I know is kind of tedious. You can't favorite it for some reason. You can't favorite miscellaneous items. But if you try to equip it, it'll say either time-worn energies have recharged or that you can't do anything. Zelda's Lullaby is still active. So Zelda's Lullaby, I'll be able to actually use the Song of Healing while Zelda's Lullaby is active, so that's okay. How much... I said how much... I wonder how much gold we have. We have 92 gold, wow. Not much gold at all. Let's go north to that Nordic ruin, whatever that is. And see if anything cool happens. Oh, a saber cat. Good morning. I will need your teeth and your pelt. I'll take some meat too. Okay. Still have the steed stone. Oh, this is the Lady in the Lake thing with a sword. It's an orcish sword. I can... Oh, I know how they did that. I know how they did that. Nice. Okay, I never knew how they did that. Now I know. I figured it out after all of my experience as a modder. We can reforge or reclaim the orichalcum from that sword. Okay, this is Silent Moon's camp. And there is something from Relics of Hyrule in here. It's very basic, it's a very small thing. But we can still use it. And plus, it's just fun to beat up bandits. Especially when you can kill them in one hit with an iron arrow. Hey, buddy. And here's what this does. Hey, come on. Okay, well, if it didn't kill her instantly... going on here? Restoration. Okay. We leveled up, so we might as well use that. Let's get stamina. We have 2 perks that we can use. But there's nothing I really want, so I'm gonna hold on to these. Fastred is making quick work of these guys. Ugh!
Start running so I can stab you in the back.
Okay. Silent Moon's camp. Now there's some stuff up here. There's the lunar weapons, which I will take one of, so that we can reforge it. Or, what is it? Break the enchantment off. Disenchant it. I never made re-dead leather, did I? I don't think I would use it, though, because I have the Yeti glass armor. Okay, let's go in here. Oh, Fashion's being attacked. She can hold herself. She can take care of herself. Okay, Silent Moon's camp. The thing in Silent Moon's camp is right here. It is the Roar Stick. And the journal with the Roar Stick. Found this old staff in the rubble. Doesn't seem to do much. If I concentrate hard enough, I can get it to fire some sparks, but they don't seem to do any more damage than raindrops. I imagine any mage using this would either be instantly killed or put their enemies to sleep out of sheer boredom. So that's the journal for the Roar Stick. The Roar Stick is a reference. It's a joke weapon, just like the, what is it? Roar Stick is a joke weapon like the Wand of Gamelon. It's a reference to Zelda's Adventure, and this is what it does. Nothing. Like, it deals 1 point of shock damage. This is arguably the most useless joke weapon, because you can learn the Magicka damage enchantment from the Wand of Gamelon, and you can learn something from... You can use the other ones for other things. But this one is useless, because you can't learn this enchantment. So, I need to switch back to Frostbite. Because, if I remember correctly... because I'm wearing the Yeti tunic. I mean the Yeti glass armor, but I'm also wearing the Ring of Snowhead, which is supposed to increase frost magic damage when I'm wearing it with Yeti gear. So hopefully that actually works. Hello. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. Ugh. He is not a happy man.
That's the best you can do. You open.
Jeez. I should really get that arrow out of my chest. Sorry about that. So we found one item from Relics of Hyrule this episode, the Roar Stick. Hopefully we can find some more stuff in the next few minutes. I'm just gonna clear out Silent Moon's camp. Fine. Oh wow. You can see the skull hammer is a troll skull. Daedric warhammer handle and a dwarven warhammer head. So that's how I cobbled those together. It was meant to be sort of a more realistic, less cartoony take on the skull hammer from Wind Waker, which I think I mentioned already. I mentioned that it was from Wind Waker. I didn't mention that it was meant to be a more realistic take on it. Oh, what's that? Slaughtered fish. Good enough for me. Troll fat? Take me to your leader. Okay. Also, the skull hammer takes up like half the screen. Okay. That's Silent Moon's camp. Let's see what this cave over here is. I have a feeling it's... I think I know what it is. And it will be very useful for us. I'm gonna put the skull hammer away. He says as an enemy attacks. Hey, buddy. Good night. Sure enough, there it is. Okay, this is the Forgotten Cavern. It's not really a secret grotto, but it has a similar entrance. Some of this rubble is part of the Forgotten Cavern. And we will talk about this later. I'm going to explore it, and that'll be the end of this episode. And, actually, this will be very good for us because we'll get a new follower. Second follower. We're not getting rid of her. Oh... No, we're keeping faster. We're keeping faster as long as possible. So... There's a gold skull Tula. My inclination is to say, look at how this place is structured, because we'll... A few episodes down the line, we'll see somewhere that may look familiar. If that makes any sense. I may have given it away, but just the sort of, especially that room. But we're gonna go over here first. That was, I don't know if that was vague or if it was too much information. Oh, this is a dead end. Okay. We have... lots of torches. I really like how the Forgotten Cavern turned out. Right here, this structure, central pillar, there's a ramp, there's another sort of area here. There's some cliffs. Remember how this is built. Bonflower buds, we got Deku nuts. So Deku nuts. Deku nuts are actually retextured Nordic barnacles, which is pretty fun. Come on, I'm trying to harvest you. Got an anvil, got a cooking spit, and obviously we have a new friend right there. Oh, enchanting and alchemy, that's good. Okay, this is Vylintyn Mokshevek.
Hey!
We can actually ask her to be our follower. There's a Lolian dagger, which we can just take. So, she has written a lot of books, and she's collected a lot of books. We can take all this. I'm gonna take Gold Skull Tula token. We've read Relic Song, we've read Fallen Woods. I'll read the other ones to you. Stone of Aggie, that's a new one. This is another new one. There's a lot of books here. She's written a lot of books. She's actually based on my first character ever. When I first got Skyrim, I made a character that looked exactly like her. In fact, she's a copy of that character. And it was the same name and everything.
Yes. Let's not waste any time.
Obviously, she's a Khajiit that talks like a dark elf. And she has Deku Nuts. She has Linkle's crossbow, which is a new weapon that we've never seen before. She has Twilight Saber, which we've never seen before. A Zora dagger, which we've never seen before. A Sheikah dagger, which we've never seen before. False Majora's Mask. Redead leather armor. Ring of Akana. Skyloft brace shield. Deku Nuts. Fairy letter. She has a fairy letter, which I'll talk about, and a few gold. So a fairy letter, and this is the same one. You are not alone, go to Riverwood. This is the same one that we have, and I did this on purpose. The idea is the fairy letter is being sent to a bunch of people, and you can interpret You Are Not Alone in different ways. One is that you're not the only person looking for the Relics of Hyrule. You're not the only person looking for stuff who's out there. And you're also not the only person that they reached out to, whoever wrote the fairy letter. Also that you're not alone in the sense of help. There is still help. Okay, Piece of Soul, that's another new one. It fortifies stamina. Linkle's crossbow obviously is based on Linkle's crossbow from Hyrule Warriors. The Twilight Saber is brand new. It's based on a weapon from Artifacts of Ultima. I think it's really cool. Zora dagger is an ebony dagger that's been retextured. Sheikah dagger is another one that's been retextured. It's from Useless Weapon Resources, I think. The False Majora's Mask we'll see again at some point. This is it's meant to be made of metal, but it looks like it's made of wood, but that's fine. Actually, no, yeah, maybe it is made of wood. Let's just say it's made of wood. It was originally metal, but that's fine. Skyloft braced shield. I really like how this one turned out. It looks good. They don't always look good. Really like that. Okay. Let's start reading Tome of the Fierce Deity by Nokate, which is an anagram. Do you want to play with me? These words have plagued more minds than you may believe. I write this book as a record of history, but also as a warning. Therefore, before I go further, let me say this. Do not venture into Morwidjal and southern Skyrim. The ruins of the ancient Nords have a reputation of being decidedly unsettling, as though corpses within are not fully dead, but are sleeping instead. The Draugr worship the dragons as gods, and that most Draugr ruins are more crypts than cities. Some believe that the Draugr are mummified to make them ageless like their gods. Some believe the Draugr are mummified to transport them through passing years. The dragon priests were given priority in the finest burials, making many Draugr crypts elaborate coffins for these, the highest-ranking masters of ancient magic. Masks were made and given to these priests who still wear them. One priest, however, found his mask, and started a sect of Draugr that stopped worshipping dragons and began worshipping the mask. The mask in question is called Majora's Mask. Alien myths mention a lost hero who fell entering a kingdom between worlds, where his fate was manipulated by a lonely imp who stole the mask. Even then, the mask was a legend, a relic of an ancient tribe who used it in rituals of deep magic, curses, and tortures. Torture. These rituals had an unintended consequence. The tribe devoted themselves and sacrificed themselves to the mask, singing its praises as though it was a god. But the mask was not a god, it was a parasite, feeding on jealousy, envy, longing for the lives of others. For years and decades and centuries, the mask devoured memories of love and loss, birth and death, joy and sorrow, and its appetite was never sated. The tribe began to live in fear of the mask and its judgment. The rituals once performed with the mask were performed for the mask. The troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great that the tribe sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. Even so, the tribe disappeared and their legends died with them. A wandering salesman, unaware of the true nature of the mask, went to great lengths to find the mask, hearing only whispers of its power and history. The mask carried misfortune with it, and sought only to spread suffering and consume everything. It let itself be stolen by a lonely imp, a puppet through whom it sowed destruction, mischief, and fear. Its power had grown so great that the moon itself was wrought from its orbit, set to plummet into the earth. Myths say that the lost hero restored balance to the world by fighting the mask, cleansing it of its evil power. Myths also say the mask used its power to give the hero a mighty sword to make the fight more balanced, as though all it ever wanted to do was play. Following his triumph, he returned to wandering Termina, never to return to his home. Some myths go further, claiming that Termina was not a physical place, but was instead the gate to the afterlife, and that the tribe had sealed the Majora's Mask in the space between worlds. How the mask and sword had led to its demise how the mask and the sword that led to its demise came to rise and reside in Morwidjal is unknown. I hypothesize that somehow a foolish and powerful conjurer opened a portal into Termina, much in the same way that we can open paths to oblivion, and found the mask, perhaps in the home of the descendants of the salesman who owned it. Or perhaps this conjurer summoned someone or something from Termina wearing the mask? I do not know. I have found records of many people mentioning a strange, spiky mask that they originally find hideous but grow to adore. It seems that the mask, however it got here, continues to sow pain and feed on the misfortune of others, slowly ruining the life of a person before moving on to another host. This implies that the mask was stolen from Morwidjal, but slowly made its way back by moving from host to host. It is fascinating, but do not search for the mask. It is still evil, regardless of what myths say, and regardless of what anyone tells you. Especially someone wearing a mask with glowing yellow eyes that seem to pierce into your very being. Okay, that was the Tome of the Fierce Deity. There's a lot of references to Doctor Who in there, believe it or not. And it talks more about Majora's Mask than the Fierce Deity itself. Sort of implying that Majora was the Fierce Deity itself. But this is a very long book. I really like how it turned out. It sort of retells the story of Majora's Mask, and it heavily implies where you can find it. No, it tells you where you can find it, but we're not going to go to Morwidjal yet. I don't want to do that right after Kinolangdanzel. I think that's done pretty good for this. Oh, Bird and Ancient Book. That's unique. We'll take that. We've read this, and we'll have to read this on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is Relics of Hyrule. I'm Jake Halnat. If you have any questions about anything, please leave a comment, and I'll try to answer them in the next few episodes. We'll see. Thanks for watching.